Welcome to my channel, FS Tech Lab. Before we begin the setup, decide the static IP address to be assigned to the server. Decide the host name of the server. Decide the domain name for your Active Directory. Install Windows Server 2019 Standard or Data Center Edition as per your requirement. Power on the server. Press Ctrl-Alt-Delete and log into the server. Open the Server Manager. Click on Local Server. Change the IP address. Click on Computer Name. Click Change. Type in the hostname decided earlier. Click OK. Click OK again. Click Close and select Restart Now. Click Add Roles and Features in Server Manager. Click Next on Before You Begin page. Click Next until you get Server Roles page. Check the box before Active Directory Domain Services and click Add Features on the prompt. Now check the box before DNS Server and click Add Features on the prompt. Click Next. Click Next on Features page as well. Click Next on ADDS and DNS Server page. Click Install on the confirmation page to start the role installation. After installation is completed, click Promote this server to a domain controller. The AD configuration wizard will appear. As this is the first domain controller, As this is the first domain controller, click Add a new forest and type the domain name. Click Next. The wizard will verify if there are any other domain with same name. The wizard will proceed only when no matching domain are found in the network. The 2019 server supports various forest functional levels starting from Windows Server 2008 up to Windows Server 2016. And domain functional levels starting from Windows Server 2008 up to Windows Server 2016. The selection in domain functional level will change when you change the forest functional level. Make a note of the password and type in the DSRM password. It is required when you restore Active Directory services. Click Next. Click Next. The wizard will validate the NetBIOS name. Click Next. The paths for Active Directory database, log files and sysvol folder will be listed. In production you change path for each folder. Click Next. Click Next. The wizard will verify the prerequisites before setting up the Active Directory domain server. Once the verification process is completed, click Install. The wizard will start the AD configuration. After AD configuration is completed, the server will be restarted. Click Close to restart the server. Press Ctrl-Alt-Delete to log into the screen. The local admin user will be converted into domain admin user. Type in the password and press Enter. The server is now promoted to a domain controller and you can see that domain name has been changed for the server. After promoting to the domain controller, you need to check the IP address. You can see that the primary DNS server IP has been changed. We will set the primary DNS IP to the IP address of the server. Click OK and close. In the Start menu, Active Directory related consoles will be added like AD users and computers, AD sites and services, DNS management, group policy management, AD domains and trusts. Now let's check the services that are created. Here we have AD Domain Services, AD Web Services. The AD Domain Service is used for storing and authenticating users and computers and for replication. The AD Web Services service provides a communication interface for AD Administrative Center and PowerShell. DFS Replication Service is used for replication of sysvol folder. DNS Server is used for storing and providing domain and computer names. Group Policy Client is used for retrieval, processing, and application of group policy settings. Kerberos Key Distribution Center provides authentication services using the Kerberos protocol and issues Kerberos tickets, TGTs and service tickets for secure authentication. Netlogan manages secure channel communication between domain controllers and domain members and facilitates logon requests and replication. Windows Time Service synchronizes time across the domain to ensure Kerberos authentication works properly, and the PDC emulator role acts as the authoritative time source. Now let's verify the folders that are created while setting up the Active Directory. The folders are located in C Drive Windows folder. The Active Directory database is located in NTDS folder. This folder contains the database file that is ntds.dith and has the logs file as well. Another folder that is sysvol folder is created. It contains folders like policies and scripts. These folders store key Active Directory data required for group policy, log-on log-off scripts and startup shutdown scripts. The users and computers in Active Directory Domain Controller are managed through Active Directory Users and Computers console. The Administrators group is located in built-in OU and its members are Administrator, Domain Admins and Enterprise Admins. The Domain Controller computer is located in Domain Controller OU. The Administrator user has the highest level of access in an Active Directory. Administrator user is the member of administrators, domain admins, enterprise admins, group policy creator owner and schema admins. Now let's go to Active Directory sites and services. A default first site is created and is named as default first site name, and it contains the server under servers folder. NTDS settings manages the replication connections and settings for that domain controller. Let's check the folders shared from the domain controller for clients. The sysvol folder is shared across the domain for accessing group policy and log-on/log-off startup and shutdown scripts. We can check the FSMO roles by opening the PowerShell and entering the command netdum space query FSMO. As this is the first domain controller, it will show all the FSMO roles on a single computer, that is this computer's name fs-tech-lab-pdc. Let's check the group policies. Group policies are stored in a hierarchy, that is top level is forest, then domains and sites. By default, two group policies are created, that are default domain policy and default domain controller policy. Default domain policy is assigned on entire domain and default domain controllers policy assigned only to domain controller OU. Let's check the DNS server configuration. DNS server forward lookup zones are created by default and domain name is created under it. It contains your AD DNS details like hostname and IP. Reverse lookup zones take 24 hours to build up. Right-click on reverse lookup and click New Zone to create immediately. Click Next till you get to Network ID window. Type in the IP address of the zone and click Next. Click Next and finish. The reverse lookup zone will be added. Go to forward lookup zone. Open the AD entry and check the box before update associated pointer and click OK. Go back to reverse lookup zone and click refresh. The AD entry will be seen in the reverse lookup zone. Now let's verify the DNS lookup for the domain is working as expected. In the command prompt, enter the command ping space domain name and press enter. Enter the command nslookup and press enter. Type in the domain name, that is fstechlab.local, and press enter. The name to IP is getting resolved. Type in the IP address of AD, that is 192.168.120.1, and press enter. The IP to name is also getting resolved. This verifies our DNS is working as expected. That's it for the first domain controller setup. Thank you for watching. Do like, subscribe and press the bell icon for latest videos.